Hello everyone. So let us discuss some problems in engineering economics part 1. So for the first problem, a person buys a piece of land for a 100,000 pesos down payment and 10 deferred semi-annual payment of 8,000 each starting 3 years from now. So what is the present value of the investment if the rate of interest is 12% compounded semi-annually? So for this problem, so i-apply po natin yung ating annuity. Okay po? So ano po yung formula natin for the present world? So we have P, okay, so P is equal to A multiply to 1 minus 1 plus I raised to negative N over sa I. Yan po yung ating sa ordinary annuity. And since dun sa ating problem, mag-start lang po yung ating payment 3 years from now, ibig sabihin yung ating CFD or the cash flow diagram. So kung meron tayong 3 years, for example, ito yung ating first year, second year, and third year. So dito pa lang po yung start ng ating first payment na 8,000 pesos. Okay po. So since ang kanyang compounding ay semi-annually, ibig sabihin every 6 months po yan. Kaya kung mapapansin natin, ilan po yung ating deferred period. So ang deferred period po natin is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So ibig sabihin, ang gagamitin po natin ditong M is equal to 5. At ano naman po yung number ng payment natin? So meron tayong N is equal to 10 kasi 10 beses ka pong magbabayad ng 8,000 pesos dito po sa start ng 3 years. Okay? So, paano po siya computein? So, present value is equal to, meron kang down payment na 100,000. So, plus yung iyong annuity payment or annual payment which is 8,000 pesos. And then, i-multiply po natin sa 1 minus 1 plus I. So, yung atin pong rate of interest is 12% compounded semi-annually. So, ibig sabihin siya ay 0.12 over 2 since every 6 months. And then, i-raise po natin sa negative 2. Then, multiply sa 5. Since yung ating 10 deferred annual payment ay 5 years. Or pwede naman po na ang gawin natin dito is minus 10 na lang kasi 10 payment yung kailangang ibayad. Okay? And then over sa denominator po natin na 0.12 over 2. And then meron pa po tayong deferred period or deferred annuity. So since meron kang deferred period na 5, so i-multiply pa po natin to sa 1 plus 0.12 over 2, then i-raise natin sa negative 5 since yun po yung kanyang deferred period. So ano po ang ating magiging present value? So solve natin sa ating scientific calculator. So input lang po natin. So 100,000 plus 8,000 multiply natin sa 1 minus 1 plus 0.12 over 2. And then, i-raise po natin yan. I-raise ko na lang siya sa negative 10 kasi 10 payment yung gagawin natin or ibabayad natin. So, i-over natin sa I or yung 0.12 over 2 since semi-annually. And then, close parenthesis, i-multiply naman po natin dun sa ating compounding factor ng pang-deferred which is 1 plus 0.12 over 2. And then, i-raise po natin sa negative 5. Then, equals. So, ang answer po natin dito is 143,999.08. Okay? So, for this problem, so the answer is letter B. Okay, so next. Another problem, a feasibility study shows that a fixed capital investment of 10 million pesos is required for a proposed construction firm and an estimated working capital of 2,000 pesos. So the annual depreciation is estimated to be 10% of the fixed capital investment. Determine the rate of return on the total investment if the yearly profit is 3.5 million pesos. Okay? So for this problem, meron po tayong dalawang senaryo. So bakit po meron tayong dalawang senaryo? Kasi pwedeng yung annual depreciation ay na less na po dito sa ating yearly profit Or pwede din naman na hindi pa siya naleless sa ating yearly profit. So, kumbaga dun sa ating net cash flow. Kasi nga po, ang formula for the uh, rate of return is the net cash flow over dun sa total investment. Okay? So, for the first scenario, so yung ating pong profit is 3.5 million pesos. Okay? And then, magkano yung total investment? Meron tayong fixed capital investment na 10 million. And then, meron tayong working capital na 2 million pesos. So, ano po yung sum ng ating denominator? So, we have 12 million pesos. So, multiply lang po natin to sa 100%. So, ano po yung ating answer? So, computein po natin. 3.5 million over sa 12 million. Multiply natin sa 100%. So, the answer is 29.17%. Okay? At ano po yung another scenario? So, let's say yung ating annual depreciation ay hindi included sa ating uh, yearly profit. So, pwedeng ang mangyari, ileles pa po natin yung 10% ng fixed capital investment dun sa ating cash flow na 3.5 million pesos. Okay? So, ano ba ang 10% ng 10 million? So, 1 million. Ibig sabihin, ang ating magiging numerator ay 3.5 million minus 1 million over sa 12 million. So, kaya po ito ay magiging 2.5 million over 12 million multiply sa 100%. So, try po natin. 2.5 divide lang natin sa 12. Then, multiply natin sa 100%. So, the answer is 20.83%. So, for this problem, so the answer is 29.17%. Pero pwede din po natin i-consider si 20.83%. Okay? So, next. By the condition of a will, the sum of 20,000 pesos is left to a girl to be held in a trust fund by her guardian until it amount to 50,000 pesos. When will the girl receive the money if fund is invested at 8% compounded quarterly? So, after ma-analyze po yung problem, alam natin na palaging yung malaking value or malaking amount, siya po lagi yung ating the future worth or the future value. Okay? So, for this problem, gagamitin lang po natin yung ating formula na F is equal to P multiply sa 1 plus I raised to N. Okay? So, ano po yung ating future value? Meron tayong 50,000 pesos is equal to the present value is 20,000 pesos. Then, since siya po ay compounding, so meron po tayong 1 plus, yung ating rate of interest is 0.08. And then siya po ay compounded quarterly, ibig sabihin ang ating M is equal to 4. Then i-raise lang po natin sa 4, multiply sa N. Okay? I-shift solve na lang natin para makuha natin yung value ng N. So we have 50,000 pesos. And then alpha equal 20,000 pesos multiply sa 1 plus 0.08 over 4. And then, i-raise po natin sa 4, multiply sa alpha x. Then, shift solve. So, the answer is, okay, so wait lang. Check natin. Ayun, may error tayo dito. So, siya ay 20,000. Okay, shift solve. Ayan. So, 50,000 equal to 20,000 multiply sa 1 plus 0.08 over 4 raised to positive 4n. So, the answer is 11.57 years. So, the answer is letter C. Next, if the nominal rate of interest is 10% per annum and there is semi-annual compounding, the effective rate of interest will be, so ano po ba yung ating formula ng effective rate of interest? So, we have ERI is equal to 1 plus R over M raised to negative M minus 1. Raised to M, sorry. Raised to M minus 1. So, meron po tayong nominal rate na 10%, and then, siya po ay gagawin nating semi-annual compounding, yung ating M. So, ERI is equal to 1 plus 0.10 over 2. Then, i-raise po natin sa 2 minus 1. So, check nga po natin. Hindi ko sure kung siya ay ang exponent ay positive or negative. So, try po natin. So, 1 plus 0.1 over 2. And then, i-raise po natin sa 2 minus 1. Then, multiply po natin sa 100%. So, the answer is, the effective rate of interest is 10.25% per annum. Okay? So, answer is letter A. Next, if the nominal rate of return is 10% per annum and annual effective rate of interest is 10.38% per annum, so determine the frequency of compounding. So, halos same lang po ito dun sa previous, kaya lang ang nawawala naman po dito ay yung ating M. So, ang gagawin po natin, yung ating ERI na 10.38%, i-convert natin into decimal. So, 0.1038. Okay? Para hindi tayo mahirapan. So, 0.1038 is equal to 1 plus yung ating nominal na 0.10. I-divide natin sa alpha x and then raise to alpha x minus 1. Okay? Kasi nga po, ang nawawala ay yung ating compounding. So, ating ilagay po sa ating calculator. Input natin sa calculator. 0.1038 alpha x is equal to 1 plus 0.10 over alpha x. Then, erase po natin sa alpha x. And then, i-minus natin ang 1. Shift solve. So, the answer is 3.96 or approximately equal to 4. So, the answer is letter C. Next, a price tag of 12,000 pesos, a price tag of 1,200 pesos is payable in 60 days, but if paid within 30 days, it will have a 3% discount. So, find the rate of simple interest. So, ano po ba yung formula na ginagamit natin sa ating simple interest? So, di ba we have I is equal to PIN. Okay? So, meron pong price na kung saan, ito po, yung price tag natin, 1,200. So, aalamin po muna natin yung possible na discount kapag po nag-advance tayo ng bayad or kumbaga nagbayad tayo within 30 days. Okay? So, ano po yung ating gagawin dito? So, kukunin po natin yung discount for early payment. Okay? So, ano po yung 3% ng ating price tag na 1,200? So, kapag minultiply natin yung 1,2 sa 3%, 0.03. So, may discount po na 36 pesos. Okay? Yun po yung magiging discount. At ano naman po yung early payment amount? So, para makuha natin yung early payment amount, yung 1,2 minus 36 pesos, so yan po ay 1,164. Okay? So, ano pong gagawin natin? Itong 1,164, ito po yung gagamitin natin as the principal. At yung ating naging discount, ito naman po yung gagamitin natin as the interest. Okay? So, kunin po natin para makuha natin yung rate of simple interest gamit yung formula na to. 36 pesos is equal to 1,164. Then, yung hinahanap natin na rate of return. And since siya ay simple interest, syempre, ang basis po natin o yung common na ginagamit is the ordinary simple interest, which is the denominator is equal to 360 days. At ano po yung gagamitin natin na number of days sa numerator? Yun pong 30 days, since yun po yung naging basis natin dun sa ating interest or sa discount na 36 pesos. Okay? So, ang ating numerator is 30. At ano po yung magiging rate of simple interest natin? So, input po natin sa ating calcu. 36 is equal to 1,164 multiply sa alpha x, then multiply sa 30 over 360. And then shift solve. So multiply na po natin sa 100 para percentage yung makuha natin. So the answer is 37.11% or 37.10%. Okay? So yun po ang answer natin for this particular problem. So next, if 5,000 pesos shall accumulate for 10 years at 8% compounded quarterly, so find the compounded interest at the end of 10 years. Okay? So ang hinahanap po natin class dito is the compounded interest. Okay? So take note, compounded interest. Ibig sabihin, the future value minus the present value. Okay? So yung 5,000 pesos daw, mag-accumulate pa yun for 10 years at 8% compounded quarterly. So ibig sabihin, ito po yung ating P, kukunin natin yung ating value ng F. F is equal to P na 5,000 multiply sa 1 plus 0.08 over 4 raised to 4 times 10. Okay? So ano po yung value ng ating F? So 5,000 multiply sa 1 plus 0.08 over 4 raised to 4 times 10. Okay? So, answer po natin dito is 11,040.20. Pero class, hindi pa po yan yung answer kasi ang hinahanap po natin is the compounded interest. So, I is equal to 11,040.20. Imaminus po natin yung ating present value or the principal. 11,000 minus 5,000 is 6,040.20 pesos. So, the answer is letter D. Okay? Next, when will an amount be tripled with an interest of 11.56%? So, dito class, para mas madali or para mas hindi matagal yung maging solution sa calculator, mas maganda po or advisable na mas maliit na value yung ating gamitin. So, assume natin or let P is equal to piso. Okay? At F is equal to 3 pesos. So, ibig sabihin, yung piso kailan magiging 3 pesos with an interest of 11.56%. So, ano po yung formula na gagamitin natin? F is equal to P times 1 plus I raised to N. Okay? So, 3 pesos is equal to 1 peso multiply sa 1 plus 0.1156 raised to N or raised to X. So, try natin po, input sa calcu. 3 is equal to 1 multiply sa 1 plus 0.1156 raised to alpha X. Then, shift solve. So, the answer is 10.04 or approximately equal to 10 years. So, the answer is letter B. Okay? And for the last problem, how much must be invested on January 1, 1998 to accumulate 2,000 pesos on January 1, 2003 if money worth 6%? So, round your answer to a whole number. So, dito class, ang gagawin lang po natin is, kakount lang po natin ilan bang years pamula January 1, 1998 to 2003. So, 1999, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. So, meron po tayong 5 years. Okay? So, magkano po yung i-invest natin? Ito pong accumulate, so alam natin kapag accumulate, siya po ay future value. Okay? So, F natin is 2,000. So, 2,000 pesos is equal to yung hinahanap natin na amount na dapat nating i-invest para maging 2,000. Ibig sabihin class, kung elimination method, hindi nyo na po pwedeng isagot itong letter C at letter D. Bakit? Kasi hindi naman pwedeng after ng 5 years ay mas bumaba pa yung inyong ininvest. Okay? So, 2,000 is equal to x, multiply sa 1 plus 0.06, and then i-raise po natin sa 5. Okay? So, 2,000 equal alpha x multiply sa 1 plus 0.06, then raise to 5. Then, shift solve nyo lang po yan. So, the answer is 1,494.52. Pero since ang requirement po ay whole number, so siya po ay approximately equal to 1,495 pesos. Okay, so the answer is letter A. So, yun lang po ang ating mga sample problems in engineering economics. So, thank you.